what would happen if we were limited on letters that we could use for our players' names. Today we're going to find out with the Detroit Tigers. I didn't have a special idea for them. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So we're going to reuse an older idea. Yeah, what is up, guys? It's TheGreatWall, back at again with another video. Today we are here with another rebuild, and today we are only allowed to use one player per first initial. So Dylan Dingler counts as D, Framber F, Riley R, so on and so forth. We are only allowed to use one player from each initial, and we are going to be doing this with the Detroit Tigers. So yeah, pretty simple. Last year we did it with the Red Sox. This year we're going to do it with the Tigers. I couldn't think of a good idea for them, so that's my bad. Yeah, we're going to put together a decent team. Not a decent team, a good team. Unfortunately, I'm making this after the Scooble trade and the Casey Mize trade. So two players that we could have definitely used gone. So yeah, now we have to make a couple extra trades. Hopefully we can get it done. One thing I will say is there will be a stipulation because there are no players with the first initial U. So we're going to use Yu Darvish. That's one player that you guys are going to immediately see, probably, because, yeah, there's no one else. There's no one with the first initial with U, unfortunately. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's make our first trade. All right, the first player we're going to trade for is Brad Lord. We're going to develop him as a reliever and then turn him into a starter. Yeah, he's a decent pitcher. We don't have to give up too much. We give up Troy Melton for him, which they say is a lot, but I mean, it's okay. All right, we make a huge trade. We're going to get Vladdy Jr. We're going to trade away Jack Flaherty, James Outman, Yilber Diaz, and Corey Julks. But we're going to get a great player for one of our hardest letters, so we'll definitely take it. All right, we are going to knock L off our list. We're going to get Louis Varland for Parker Meadows and Matt Vierling. All right, we give up a lot, but we're going to get Isaac Paredes for Spencer Torkelson, Malachi Witherspoon, Jace Jung, and Justin Verlander. All right, we make a huge deal. We're going to get Adrian Morhone for Hao-Yu Lee and Wenceel Perez. All right, we have another trade counter that works in our favor. We get O'Neal Cruz for Josu Briseño and Ricardo Hurtado. Yeah, O'Neal Cruz. We're going to keep Max Clark. That is one thing I will say. But O'Neal Cruz will start over him, and then Max Clark will be a bench bat. Another really good trade counter. We're going to get Trevor Rogers for River Ryan and Kevin DiMaggio. That'll play. All right, we are going to get Nick Lodolo for Tyron Lorenzo and Tyler Holden. It was another counter trade, which we love. We love counter trades, so yeah, we'll take this. All right, we're going to get Yohel Pozo for Douglas Inman. He's going to be our backup catcher. One of the tougher letters. It's not a bad player, so yeah, we'll take it. All right, we get another counter offer I didn't even notice. Jackson Wolf and Brant Herter for Pablo Lopez and Quinn McDaniel. Unfortunately, all the other good Qs are taken. So, like Quinn Priester, he's untouchable. Quinn Matthews is untouchable, and I'm pretty sure this guy's like the third best. So, he'll just sit on our bench. Pablo Lopez will obviously be in our rotation. All right, we're going to get Hogan Harris for Andre Granillo, which a counter offer, so we'll take it. Yeah. All right, the final trade I'm going to be making for now, we're going to get Stephen Kwan for Colt Keith, Kerry Carpenter, and Keeter Montero. Yeah. We need to make two more trades. We need to get two more players, but I can't get them until June 15th passes, so yeah. Alright, this isn't really that big of a trade, but we're going to get Xavier Curry for Reese Olson. We have one letter left to do. Alright, I tried like 7 other trades. Yu Darvish is so hard to trade for. We just gave up Cameron for Fluky for him. I didn't want to. It's a good prospect to keep, but Yu Darvish was the last piece. I know his name doesn't start with a U, but there's no one in the league currently that does. So, yeah, Yu Darvish is going to count. We are now eligible to win the World Series and call it challenge complete if we get there. So, yeah. All right, we're at the Home Run Derby. The team is doing really well. Vladdy and Riley Green both here. It obviously helps that we are in a somewhat weaker division. We're currently 9 games ahead on the Royals for first. Vladdy's here. Let's see, who else do we have? We should have a couple guys. Trevor Rogers is here doing a good job. We don't have an actual closer, obviously. Anyone else? Vlad, we already saw. Oh, duh, I could have also gotten Vinny Pasquantino, but I think we got the better V. Riley Green is also here. He's up to an 87, doing a good job. Anyone else? It looks like a no. George Springer on the Rays. We did draft, so I'll show you guys the draft class in a second. We're not making any trades that I can think of unless someone crazy becomes available. Alright, we had a solid draft. These two guys were pretty big hits. Yeah, I mean, decent players. Hopefully we don't need it though, so I also just realized we drafted 3 Bs and 2 Ms, which is kind of funny, so yeah. Alright, we finished 102 and 60, win the division, and get a bye. We absolutely killed it. We are the 1 seed, which is beautiful to see. Kate Smith led the league in saves, Vladdy led the league in runs. No award winners, which is crazy. We didn't win Rookie of the Year. Who won Rookie of the Year? Akamoto. Wow, he wasn't even Kevin McGonigal wasn't even on the list, which I think is crazy because he was pretty good. Let's see. Quan with a 5-1 as well as Gleyber Torres. Kevin McGonigal 4-6. He hit 287. I mean, 12 home runs, 13 stolen bases, could be better. Riley Green with a 4-4. Dylan Dingler with a 4-1. Vlad with a 3. Paredes with a 2-9. Aranda with a 2-8. 2-7 from O'Neal Cruz. Yohel Pozo with a 1-8 as a backup. That's what I'm talking about. Max Clark with a 1-1. Wow, he did pretty well too. Eduardo Valencia, he's not actually going to be here. We're going to send him back down, obviously. Kate Smith, we saw, had 51 saves. Trevor Rogers had a great year, 20-4. See the WAR numbers. 4-2 from Trevor Rogers. Lodolo with a 3. 2-7 from Pablo Lopez. 2-1 from Valdez. Brad Lord with a 1-6. All around, solid years. I'm going to go fix our roster, make sure everything looks good, and then we'll hop into the playoffs. Alright, we're taking on Tampa in the first round. Framber versus Freddie. It's a W. Rogers versus Jax. Is a W. Lopez versus Drew Rasmussen for the sweep. It's a loss. Lodolo versus McClanahan. Come on, don't diss me. Brad Lord versus Freddie Peralta is a W. I'm going to go make sure our team looks good, and then we'll hop in against the Rangers. Alright, we're taking on the Rangers. Valdez versus Gore. It's a W. Rogers versus DeGrom. It's a W. Lopez versus Evaldi. W. Lodolo versus Rocker to move on. Wow, easy sweep. We are taking on Milwaukee. I'm going to go fix the rotation, then we'll hop into the World Series. Taking on the Brewers. Valdez versus Jacob. It's a W. Rogers versus Woodruff. It's a W. Lopez versus Dustin May. Come on. Lodolo versus Harrison. Lord versus Jacob. Okay, we have 2 chances of winning the World Series. I'm not going to go player by player. I'm going to read the list I have in my hand in front of me. Adrian Morhone, Brad Lord, Cade Smith, Dylan Dingler, Edgar Diaz, Framber Valdez, Gleyber Torres, Hogan Harris, Isaac Paredes, Jonathan Aranda, Kevin McGonigal, Louis Varland, Max Clark, Nick Lodolo, O'Neal Cruz, Pablo Lopez, Quinn McDaniel, Riley Green, Stephen Kwan, Trevor Rogers, Yu Darvish, Vladdy, Will Vest, Xavier Curry, Yohel Pozo, and Zach McKinstry. And that should be what we have here. If I made any mistakes, let me know. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go win ourselves a World Series. Alright, we've got our ace on the bump, Valdez. Can we do a job in this Game 6? Okay, they get one early. Come on. Let's dial in here. They're going to score another one. Not looking too good to start this one off. Offense, I need you guys to get an early run here. They're getting early runs, and that might be ball game 5-0. Valdez is going to give up another one. Just not an ideal start. Alright, we're going to bring in Yu Darvish to kind of eat some innings up. Pretty much thrown in the towel. We're going to have to head to a Game 7 here. Unless we put up like a humongous 4 spot or something. We don't put up anything. Yeah, we got absolutely smacked around. Wow, this is bad. Alright. We're going to take a nice little 14-3 loss in Game 6. I'll see you guys in Game 7. Alright, Trevor Rogers is going to be on the bump for this Game 7. We need a good start here. They're going to get a triple, and they're going to score 1. Come on, offense, please. Don't go out like this. Like, come on. There we go. We take a lead. Now Trevor Rogers, come on. We're going to give up another run. We get one back, though. Come on. They're going to get 1. We get 2. I mean, we're battling here. Trevor Rogers, come on. Just go 1 inning without giving up a fucking run. Jesus. We get 2. I'm going to call it there for Trevor Rogers. We're going to bring in... it's a little bit early. I need Edgar Diaz to get us 3 outs if possible. Okay, walk. All right, he's done. We're going to go with the starter, actually. We're going to go with Pablo Lopez. Can you get me one out? No, you can't. Okay, that's fine. Oh my God, what is pitching? Please. Will Vest, can you do a job? Thank you. Alright. And we give up a solo shot. And we give up another base runner. More hone, please. Oh my God. Alright, 3 outs. Cade Smith, please. Please just get me 3 outs. Strikeout. Ground out. Thank you. We're hopping in for the final out. I also just realized I brought Isaac Paredes back to the Tigers, where he used to play a long time ago. So I didn't even realize that until right now. Come on, Cade Smith. Just get me 3 strikes. Let's end this thing. This game was way too stressful with the pitchers just not being able to get outs or not get themselves into trouble. Christian Yelich had a great game. He was actually a great postseason. He's a double shy of the cycle. Should I just give it to him for the vibes? No, we're not going to do that. He's like 4 for 4 on the 3 for 4 on the day. 10 for 29 on the series, so he has been smoking us. All right, let's lock it in here, Cade Smith, please. There we go. One more. One more. Come on. And we are your World Series champions. A little bit stressful there at the end, but we do get it done. Dustin May gets the L. Trevor Rogers with a win. Solid game. Riley Green had a good game. Paredes had a good game. McGonigal, O'Neal Cruz, Cade Smith with his 8th save of the postseason. But we do, in fact, get it done. So that will play. Let's see. Paredes, World Series MVP. McGonigal, playoff MVP. All right. We win the World Series. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and peace.